wake yo goat mouth ass up.
I say, Yoda lay. This is the Keep It P podcast where we take news, situations, everyday occurrences, and indeed we show how one could have and could not have been keeping it P. And I am not trying to tell you what to think. I'm trying to show you how to think. That's the reason why I bust down the articles the way I do. And today we got North Carolina City hired a black woman as a manager, and then the entire police force resigned. Well, would you look at that? I'm not so quick to call the lady a black woman, though, because we already know that they, claim black on tethers and all of that. But it goes on to say, less than a week after the entire police department in Kinley, North Carolina announced its resignation, citing a toxic and hostile work environment, elected officials from the town of about 2,000 residents have gone silent on the plan for law enforcement moving forward. The July 20 mass resignation of the department chief of police, 4 full-time officers, and 2 town clerks, who are all white, came less than 2 months after the town hired the new town manager, who is black, leaving many critics to question whether race was at the core of the department's sudden collapse. Well, what do you mean leave some to question? See, that's how news paints things. Now, it is no question. They left because they don't want to be under the rule of said black person. It says Justine Jones, who has worked for 16 years in local governments in Minnesota, Virginia, South Carolina, and North Carolina, was selected to be town manager after a nationwide search of 30 candidates, according to the town press release. Uh-oh. So then that must mean they know she gonna do what the hell they say do. I'm smelling no jerky and chia pea. Look at that wig. Yup. Yeah, Kinley is 30%, 36% black, 20% Hispanic, and 36% non-Hispanic. So what is that? The Kinley is the town that they're going after, but I'm just saying, why did they have to throw that little fact in there? It says Police Chief Josh Gibson, in the town resignation letter directed towards Jones, said he had been pleased with the progress of his department and had made in the past years, but the hostile work environment that Jones produced made it impossible for progress to continue. Gibson, a 21-year veteran, has not expanded on the alleged details, citing illegal concerns, but added that he would consider returning to work if Jones were fired. Well, would you look at that? I think that's a bunch of shenanigans. Because first of all, they're not going to put old girl in the spot. They're not finna put Shorty in the spot if they know she ain't finna do what they want her to do. That's that. It goes on to say, he reiterated these sentiments on his personal social media page. I have put in my 2-week notice along with the whole police department, Gibson wrote on Facebook last Wednesday. The new manager has created an environment I do not feel we can perform our duties and services to the community. Oh, you mean target and harass and kill black people with impunity? That's what you mean, huh? You ain't gonna be able to do that, huh? Somehow you think she's gonna stick up for the darkies, so you don't want any part of this, boy. Ain't that like, having a little ball, and then since the other kids that you don't want to play that's way better than you want to play, then you gotta take your little ball and run home. But these is the dudes that y'all want to give a badge to. The cowardly sourly. Anyway, it goes on to say, it says in the other resignation letters obtained by WRAL, The two town clerks and other officers cited toxic, hostile, and stressful conditions. Basically, I'm white and I say so. Get the Negro out of here. None of the department employees expanded on these alleged work conditions because they all made up and bullshit because they just don't want to say because she's black. Because, suspected white supremacists, so called white supremacy, is so fragile and brittle, peanut brittle. Like they pop all that junk and then they'll never want to back it up. You could just, this would be your time to be the white supremacist hero and just say what's on your mind. Yeah, we don't want to do it because she black. But it's like, what are you waiting for? Why don't you just come on out with it? Anyway, in Jones' new position, the role and responsibility are wide ranging, including overseeing the day to day operations of local government. A town manager often manages internal affairs and plans the city budget, which includes policing budget for approval of city council. And a town manager and mayor have similar duties, but a mayor is elected, whereas a town manager is appointed. Ah, that's what they don't like. They don't like that it was what the white dude that was appointed. Ah, okay. It says Gibson cited staging cited staffing shortages as one challenge that ultimately led to his resignation. The police department should have 8 full-time officers, but have been operating with only 5 for the past few months, and there's only also 3 part-time officers. The critics believe this issue goes beyond the personal challenges. Of course they do. Go beyond the personnel challenges. It ain't about no damn personnel challenges. They just don't want to do it because of darkies in the head. Just come on out with it. They're so whack. Anyway, it says they don't want to be led by anyone black. That's Kinley. Cynthia Kirby, a longtime resident who is also black, told the News Observer late last week. They always harass black people. It's racist. One of my questions is, what happens between May and July? It may take when you get a new boss. Kinley residents Denise Bennett said to the local paper, we just want to make sure that the process is fair and that the ultimatum of her versus him as a police chief is not a good process. Don't should nobody have to beg their police department to stay and do their job to serve and protect. So if them little pussies want to go, let them go. And that's that. Matter of fact, I'm sick of this whole damn story. That's what I am. Like, I don't care. Y'all, you little clowns. It says, I'm just reading through what it says. They doing some little explaining about how good the police department was before she got on, which is blatantly a lie. You just got done from saying y'all were short staffed. So the problems persisted before she even got there. She might have been the person to come with the heart and the mind to clean the shit up and have y'all best interest in heart. You know she gonna go out for Zaddy anyway. See, y'all probably looking to give horse in the mouth with your dumb selves. But anyway, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna mold you, fold you, and scold you about being on code. What did we learn here today, kids? That they're getting very bold with their so-called white supremacy, and they just flat out letting you know, they rather burn it up or tear it down or forget it all if it's got to be ran by a Negro. And I want y'all to take that as a lesson, as a micro aggression to a larger thing here, in our push for our reparations and what we owe from this country, right? The closer we get to getting what we're supposed to get, which is real close because the pressure's on, you're gonna start seeing like a lot of people just their whole world's gonna be over. I don't care. Your whole world can be over all you want. I don't care. I'm not here for you to like us. You can do all the shaming you want, handouts, all of that. I don't care. This is not a handout. You owe this shit. And we fighting to get what we supposed to get. But I digress. Matter of fact, speaking of reparations, check this out.
Be one to the family. This is Kendra Blackwood of Hot Lava Music TV and the Hot Lava Media Group. And I come to you today with an urgent call to action. And with that being said, this petition is to demand the US government immediately make anti-black racism a public health crisis is now an active campaign at change.org. And after this message I'm going to need you to go over there and show your support. Right after you smash that like and subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications. It doesn't cost you a thing. Now, this is a petition to demand cash reparations for foundational Black Americans addressing two critical components. So what is anti-Black racism? Anti-Black racism is defined here as policies and practices rooted in American institutions such as government, finance, education, healthcare, and justice that mirror and reinforce economic deprivation, racially targeted laws, beliefs, attitudes, prejudice, stereotyping and/or discrimination toward foundational Black Americans. What is a public health crisis, you ask? Well, a health crisis or public health crisis is a difficult situation or complex health system that affects humans in one or more geographic areas, from a particular locality to encompass the entire planet. Health crises generally have significant impacts on community health, loss of life, and on the economy. And ultimately the solution to the problem, it is imperative that the United States government declare anti-Black racism a public health crisis for foundational Black Americans.
We need to go out here and say exactly what we want. And we got to say it with our chest. And we kind of start pussyfooting around, and we got to stop being scared to say exactly what we want, what we need. We need that paper. Say it with your chest. Damn all that. We need justice. We need y'all to love us. No. We don't need that paper. We need reparations in the form of a check. Let's stop being afraid to say that.